I'm Tarot Oracle, and it is here the Charles Dickens Tarot just arrived. I know this is a bit late, but my package was lost, etc., etc. But now that I have it, I am proud to own this wonderful tarot. I know it only had like 53 backers on Kickstarter, and not many reviews out about it, not many videos out about it, but I wanted to make mine a little more exhaustive. So I paid about $30-something. It looks like it retails for $34.99. It comes in a very heavy box. So I like the thematic tarots, like this one, maybe the Jane Austen one. The Jane Austen one is, I'm not too thrilled with the previous ones, but hopefully the new one gives a little better treatment. I like thematic tarots to where when you run into, let's say, the Emperor in this deck, it's based upon a character in a book. So now you know that character. Now you're like, okay, I know that this person, how he reacts to conflict, love, relationships, his problems, his mental state. I know everything about the Emperor in this particular deck, in thematic decks, and I love that. So here is the book, the Charles Dickens Tarot. Again, Chris Leach. So the book is 127 pages. So it has a chronological timeline for Charles Dickens himself. Let's see, suggestion, a couple of spread, the Tale of Two Cities spreads. How funny is that? So let's see, a couple of sample readings. How interesting is that? How interesting, a sample reading. I like it. I like it a lot. So epilogue here. Now we have a judgment, being Ebenezer Scrooge. The moon, the star, temperance, etc., etc. So it goes into the different type of characters. Let's look at the Empress, for example. The Empress is going to be Elizabeth Dickens' character, Mrs. Catherine Nickleby. And let's see, the book, Nicholas Nickleby. Notes for general circulation, the Empress holds a picture of Queen Victoria, representing dominion over the earth and her age. The Queen is young, representing fertility and beauty, while the Empress, etc., etc. So there we go. And a little more. The Empress card suggests and ease the feeling of being at home in the natural world. A natural world cultivated, tamed, and housebroken. Interesting. Very interesting. So now, so it starts with the it starts with the minors and goes to the majors. That is cool. Mother of Air, Mrs. Clemens. Character, Mrs. Clemens from Little Dorrit. Shorthand, severe to be sure, attentive to detail, biblical bitterness. Anyway, so that is pretty cool. That is really cool. I like that. And this is a thicker paper. It's that thick, glossy paper too. I love the book. I love the book. It is nice. All right, so that is the book. Now let's get to the tarot. So it comes in this little protective thing. It's got this nice hard box with a magnetic closure. So that's kind of cool. All right, so here we have the cards. Let's break these open and take a look. Ooh, it's got gold on the outside too. That's cool. All right, I'm a little slow today, so it's hard to remove that. Look at the edges of this tarot. Look at that. How nice is that? I like it. I like it a lot. All right. So, not sure why they started with the Ace of Fire, but sure, whatever. Now, it is a landscape. Let me zoom in. Now, it is a horizontal deck or landscape orientation. Mine has a little something right there. That is kind of cool, though. Ace of Fire, Seti's House, National Cinder Heap. I need to read the book on that one. So here is the back, and the cardstock is glossy, as you can see. That's pretty good thick. Pretty good thickness. Pretty good thick. You can tell it's been a very long day at work when I say that's pretty good thick. That's pretty good thick. All right, Old Martin Chuzzlewit. Now, let me preface this. I'm not a huge Charles Dickens fan. I think I read 2 books, maybe. But the other thing I like about thematic decks like this is it makes you want to read. I mean, you read about, you're in the book and you're reading about this character and you're like, what in the world kind of character is this? And so now you go pick up the book, right? Anyway, the Old Martin Chuzzlewit. And these 2 cards are stuck together. There we go. So that is the 2. I guess a fire. It doesn't actually name it. Young Martin Chuzzlewit. I'm not sure how you do these in a spread, but we're going to give it a try. There's Betsy. I have no idea who that is. Look at the size of that border. I'm not a big fan of borders, but I'm going to make an exception. I might trim this. No, I'm kind of torn. Trimming it would really ruin it. Would really ruin it, in my opinion. But okay. John Jasper. They're kind of stuck together. I have no idea who that is. That is interesting, though. Here we have the 7. And we'll have a 4K flip through of this tonight. That's interesting. What's going on there? Got a lot of imagery on these things. Look at that. There's a lot of imagery on these things. I think the lamination is making them stick a little bit. Circumlocution office, the 10. Yeah, this deck is definitely not for everybody, but I'm definitely going to use it because that is cool. It makes me want to read some of the books as well. So once you sort of get it. The son, the mother, Miss Havisham. There's Ralph, the father. Now we go into water. Ooh, I like this. I like the different borders. I like that. Ciro Marchetti in his Encore Tarot has different borders as well, too. I'm pretty excited about the Encore Tarot coming out. So Ace of Water. Not really sure what that is. The 2, I'm not sure who these people are. That's one of the things, too. If you just break this out and you haven't read the book in a while, you're going to be like me, right? I'm not sure who that is. I'm not sure what that's about. So it's probably going to be a tarot that you're going to need to dedicate some time to. It's not going to be a freebie. Rosa Dartle, so she's playing the harp. Ooh, I like that frame. The frame orientation. How interesting is that? There's obviously a long story going on here. That's the thing. I mean, you look at these cards and you're like, there's something going on here. But I don't know what it is. I need to read either the book or I need to read the novel that started this or whatever. Anyway, so Little Nell's grandfather. I'm not sure what's going on there. This has a lot to tell. I can tell already. Stephen Blackpool. John Wemmick in the 9s. Yarmouth. Esther. David Copperfield. Yay, we got to one of the books I've actually read. Clara. Joe. And now we get to the heir and another different type of, all these are stock. And another different type of border. Madam. She looks like she's got something going on. I like the expressions on the faces. I mean, they literally look like they're in the middle of the story. I think that's so thematic, in my opinion. There's William Dorrit. Thomas, I'm not sure what's going on with these. The Manettes. Uriah. Nancy. Where's Nancy from? All right, she looks like she's got something going on. There's a story behind here, that's for sure. Well, now, we have a hanged man, literally, publicly, too, in the middle of the street. There's daughter, son. All these are stuck together in a clump. That is some heavy lamination sticking these things together. Luckily, they don't stick once you get them apart. There's Mrs. Clemens. Daniel, the father. Here is the Earth. We have Rochester as the location for the aces. That's interesting. Dick Swiveller, insert joke here. Ooh, it has their other people's names in there as well. Here's Seth, Josiah, Tom, and Louisa. Tiny Tim. Mrs. Jellybelly. No, Jelly Bee. The Blimber. There's Kit. Yeah, I can see this is going to be challenging if you haven't read any of the books, but man, I look forward to learning about this. I look forward to learning about it. Definitely one, again, you're going to have to get off the shelf and read with it a lot in order to sort of keep it fresh, keep the characters fresh. Because if you just pull this and all of a sudden you see Paul Dombey, you're going to be like, I have no idea who that is. And there's not really any indication as far as the standard representation. So here we have the majors. We have the Fool, the Magician, the High Priestess, the Empress, which we just read about. Wow, these are sticky. John Dickens, the Hierophant, the Lovers, Chariot, Strength, Hermit, Wheel of Fortune, or the Wheel of Fortune, and we have Justice, the Hanged Man, Death, Temperance, Devil, the Tower, that's cool, Star, yeah, Moon, Sun, Judgment, and World. And by the way, just a note, they were sticky coming out of the box, but once they're unstuck, they're no longer sticky. You can let me spread them and show you. So they have a nice spread. They're no longer stuck together. It was just a printing thing. So now they spread nicely. So anyway, let me know what you think. Let's go to the book and a card for a quick example. So here's a quick example. Here's the Moon. Beautiful card. The Moon, characters, Edwin Drood, Rosa Budd, etc. The Mystery of Edwin Drood, 18th card of the Major Arcana. The Dove represents hope in the Holy Spirit. So let's find the Dove real quick. So the Dove represents hope and Holy Spirit. I'm looking, there we go, the Dove. The true female aspect of the Christian Trinity. The false female aspect is the church and the so-called bride of Christ. Shut up or secret away, the cloister of the church and the Virgin Mary. Wow, we have a lot of text. The main figures on the left and right suggest light and dark, good and bad. Let's check them out. So we have good and bad, light and dark. West and east, exact location depends on one's vantage. The Moon card, emblematic of water, bears an intimate kinship with water suit of the Minor Arcana and the High Priestess, the Chariot, etc. The Moon card is a female aspect of the male Sun card. Very cool. Moon card presides over the formation of life. There's a lot of text in here. Female aspect of the Moon, and the Moon is ultimately linked to creativity. You get a metric ton of stuff. All right, let's check out a Minor. So this card is a Six of Air, and it is from A Tale of Two Cities, which is a good book, by the way. Interesting, kind of weird book, but sure. The Manette and Miss Pross. So if you've read The Tale of Two Cities, Dr. Alexandra Manette, the Younger, Lucy, the Elder, and Miss Pross. Shorthand action, solution to problems, an eye for an eye, a shoe for a shoe. Such as an obstacle temporarily overcome, a partial success, a question to be sure. Just what is progress, rescue, and banishment? The past cannot be escaped, the future impossible to elude. So yeah, I can't imagine these characters being in the same room together, but sure, this is interesting. This is very interesting. So yeah, if you've read A Tale of Two Cities, David Copperfield, let's see, Martin Chuzzlewit, again, A Tale of Two Cities, Great Expectations, all David Copperfield, yes. So Bleak House, I've never read that. Hard Times, never read that. Book Our Mutual Friend, The Old Curiosity Shop. Have I read that? I don't know. But Nicholas Nickleby, yeah, so many awesome books. The Old Curiosity Shop as well. So I need to read The Old Curiosity Shop apparently, because that is one interesting image. So it's like, you see dead? What's going on here? The Little Nell, death. Well, it does say death. Anyway, so okay. Anyway, there's Little Nell and the Death Card. Hard Times, I never read that. Household Words, All Year Round. The Uncommercial Traveler. So, yeah, cool. Let me know what you think about the Charles Dickens Tarot. For $30 I paid for this. I'm stoked. I can't wait to pick up some of these books and read some of this good stuff. But for now, it's going to be a sort of a niche tarot deck, since you're going to have to sort of know who the person is. Otherwise, you just have people's names. So, and let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. And again, we'll have the 4K flip through coming up today.